ladies and gentlemen. Today we gather to acknowledge a truth that we all must face at some point in our lives: the inevitability of pain. It's a universal language that we all speak, a common denominator that binds us together in our shared humanity. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, the end of a relationship, a health crisis, or a personal failure, we've all been to that place where the weight of our circumstances seems too much to bear. Beyond the facade, we live in a world where it's easy to hide behind masks of perfection, to present a facade of strength and happiness to the world, even when we're dying inside. But I want you to know that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to say, I'm hurting, without fear of judgment or rejection. Because when we're brave enough to be vulnerable, to be authentic, that's when the healing can begin. The transformative power of adversity. Adversity has a way of stripping us bare, of revealing our true character, and of testing our resolve. But it's in these moments of darkness that we discover our greatest opportunities for growth. It's when we're forced to confront our deepest fears, to question our beliefs, and to seek answers to life's toughest questions. And it's through this process that we emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The danger of isolation. When life is hurting, it's easy to withdraw, to isolate ourselves from the world, and to suffer in silence. But I want to warn you, my friends, that isolation is a dangerous place to be. It's a place where hope goes to die, where faith is tested, and where the enemy of our souls seeks to destroy us. We were created for community, for connection, and for relationship. So don't be afraid to reach out, to seek help, and to surround yourself with people who care. Redemption and restoration. But even in the midst of great pain and hurt, there is always hope. There is always the possibility of redemption, of restoration, and of renewal. It's the promise of a new beginning, a fresh start, and a chance to rewrite our story. And it's available to each and every one of us, regardless of our past, our present, or our circumstances. So hold on to hope, my friends, and never let it go. Emerging stronger. As we navigate the dark waters of pain and hurt, let us remember that we are not alone. Let us remember that we are strong, that we are resilient, and that we are capable of overcoming even the greatest challenges. And when we emerge on the other side, let us emerge stronger, wiser, stronger, and more compassionate, with a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. Because when life is hurting, it's not the end, it's just the beginning of a new chapter, a new story, and a new opportunity to rise above the pain and to find redemption, restoration, and renewal. The universality of pain is a profound truth that binds us all together. It's a common thread that weaves its way through every culture, every community, and every individual's life. Regardless of our background, our socioeconomic status, our education, and our accomplishments, we all experience pain. It's an equalizer, a great leveler that reminds us of our shared humanity. We all know what it's like to hurt, to feel the sting of rejection, the ache of loss, or the weight of disappointment. We all know what it's like to feel like we're walking through a dark valley with no light in sight and no clear path forward. Pain is a language that everyone speaks, and it's a language that transcends words. It's a cry, a scream, a whisper, and a sigh all at once. It's the tears we shed, the sleepless nights we endure, and the weight we carry. It's the burden we bear, the cross we carry, and the load we love. And yet, despite its universality, pain is also deeply personal. It's a unique and individual experience that can't be fully understood or explained by anyone else. It's a solitary journey that we must each take with our own feet, on our own path, and in our own time. But even in its uniqueness, pain has a way of connecting us to others. It's a shared experience that creates a sense of solidarity, a sense of community, and a sense of compassion. When we see someone else hurting, we're reminded of our own pain, and we're moved to empathy. We're moved to reach out, to touch, to comfort, and to care. We're moved to say, I understand, I feel you, and I'm here for you. And in that moment, something beautiful happens. We form a bond, a connection, and a community that transcends our differences and reminds us of our shared humanity. The universality of pain also reminds us that we're not alone. We're not the only ones who are hurting, struggling, or suffering. There are others out there who are going through similar experiences, who are facing similar challenges, and who are feeling similar emotions. And that knowledge, that understanding can be a powerful comfort. It can be a reminder that we're part of a larger story, a larger narrative, and a larger community. It can be a reminder that we're not isolated, we're not insulated, and we're not immune to the pain and struggles of others. So let us acknowledge the universality of pain and let us embrace it as a shared human experience. Let us recognize that pain is not something to be ashamed of, but something to be acknowledged, accepted, and addressed. Let us create spaces where people can share their pain, their struggles, and their stories without fear of judgment, rejection, or condemnation. Let us form communities that are built on empathy, compassion, and understanding, and let us remind each other that we're not alone in our pain. We're together, we're connected, and we're strong. Beyond the facade, we all wear masks to hide our true selves from the world. We put on a brave face, a happy face, and a strong face, even when we're dying inside. We pretend to be okay when we're not okay. We pretend to be happy when we're sad. We pretend to be strong when we're weak. And we do it all to avoid being vulnerable, to avoid being exposed, and to avoid being hurt. But the truth is, these masks are suffocating us. They're suffocating our true selves, our true emotions, and our true experiences. They're preventing us from being authentic, from being real, and from being honest. We're living in a world where everyone is pretending to be someone they're not. We're living in a world where social media presents a curated version of people's lives, where everyone seems to be perfect, happy, and successful. But behind the screens, behind the filters, and behind the masks, people are struggling. They're struggling with anxiety, depression, fear, and doubt. They're struggling to make ends meet, to find purpose, and to feel fulfilled. Men, and they're struggling to be themselves, to be authentic, and to be real. But what if we stopped pretending? What if we stopped wearing masks and started being real? What if we started sharing our true selves, our true emotions, and our true experiences, What if we started being vulnerable, being open, and being honest? I believe that's when the healing can begin. That's when we can start to connect with each other on a deeper level, to form meaningful relationships, and to build strong communities. That's when we can start to break down the walls that separate us, to tear down the masks that hide us, and to reveal our true selves. When we're brave enough to be vulnerable, to be authentic, and to be real, we open ourselves up to the possibility of connection, of community, and of healing. We open ourselves up to the possibility of forming deep and meaningful relationships, of finding true friends, and of building strong and supportive communities. We open ourselves up to the possibility of being seen, being heard, and being understood. And we open ourselves up to the possibility of being ourselves without fear of judgment, rejection, or condemnation. But it's not easy. It takes courage to be vulnerable, to be authentic, and to be real. It takes courage to take off the mask, to reveal our true selves, and to be exposed. It takes courage to be honest, to be open, and to be transparent. And it takes courage to trust that others will accept us, will love us, and will support us, not despite our flaws and imperfections, but because of them. So let us be brave, let us be courageous, and let us be real. Let us take off our masks, let us reveal our true selves, and let us be vulnerable. Let us be authentic, let us be honest, and let us be open, and let us trust that in doing so we will find connection, community, and healing. The transformative power of adversity is a profound and mysterious force that can shape us in ways we never thought possible. It's a crucible that can refine us, a fire that can purify us, and a storm that can transform us. Adversity has a way of stripping us bare, of revealing our true character, and of testing our resolve. It's a mirror that reflects our deepest fears, our greatest weaknesses, and our most profound strengths. And it's a catalyst that can spark growth, ignite passion, and fuel transformation. When we're faced with adversity, we're forced to confront our limitations, our biases, and our assumptions. We're forced to question our values, our beliefs, and our priorities, and we're forced to make choices that can either break us or make us. We can choose to let adversity define us, or we can choose to define ourselves in the face of adversity. We can choose to be victims, or we can choose to be victors. We can choose to be victims, or we can choose to be victors. We can choose to be broken, or we can choose to be transformed. Adversity can be a powerful teacher, a wise mentor, and a fierce coach. It can push us to our limits, test our resolve, and challenge our assumptions. It can force us to innovate, to adapt, and to evolve. And it can help us discover strengths we never knew we had, talents we never knew we possessed, and resilience we never knew we could muster. Adversity can be a wake-up call, a reality check, and a call to action. It can shake us out of our complacency, our comfort zones, and our ruts, and it can propel us into new territories, new challenges, and new opportunities. But the transformative power of adversity is not just about what happens to us, it's also about how we respond to it. It's about our attitude, our mindset, and our perspective. It's about whether we see adversity as a curse or a blessing, as an obstacle or an opportunity, as a threat or a challenge. It's about whether we let adversity break us or whether we use it to break through to new levels of growth, new depths of understanding, and new heights of achievement. And it's about whether we emerge from adversity stronger, wiser, and more resilient, or weaker, more bitter, and more broken. The transformative power of adversity can be seen in the lives of countless individuals who have faced incredible challenges and overcome them. It can be seen in the stories of people who have risen from poverty, from oppression, and from adversity to achieve greatness. It can be seen in the lives of those who have faced illness, injury, and loss, and yet have found a way to heal, to recover, and to thrive. And it can be seen in the lives of those who have faced their fears, their doubts, and their limitations, and yet have found a way to overcome them, to transcend them, and to transform them. So let us not be afraid of adversity. Let us not be intimidated by it, and let us not be broken by it. Let us instead, let us face it head on. Let us embrace it, and let us use it as a catalyst for growth, for transformation, and for triumph. The danger of isolation is a silent killer that can creep up on us when we least expect it. It's a subtle and insidious force that can slowly drain the life out of us, leaving us feeling empty, alone, and disconnected. When we're isolated, we're cut off from the world, from others, and from ourselves. We're disconnected from the things that bring us joy, the people who bring us love, and the activities that bring us fulfillment. We're left to face our struggles, our fears, and our doubts alone without the support, the guidance, and the comfort of others. I let God handle my money. Isolation can be a result of many things, including trauma, loss, and adversity. It can be a coping mechanism, a way to avoid the pain and the discomfort of our emotions. But it's a coping mechanism that ultimately backfires, leaving us feeling more alone, more disconnected, and more vulnerable. When we're isolated, we're more susceptible to negative thoughts, negative emotions, and negative behaviors. We're more likely to spiral down into depression, anxiety, and despair. And we're more likely to lose touch with our values, our passions, and our purpose. The danger of isolation is that it can be a self-reinforcing cycle. The more we isolate ourselves, the more isolated we feel. The more isolated we feel, the more we withdraw from others. And the more we withdraw from others, the more isolated we become. It's a vicious cycle that can be difficult to break, but it's not impossible. We can break the cycle of isolation by reaching out to others, by connecting with others, and by building relationships with others. We can break the cycle of isolation by finding community, by finding support, and by finding love. When we're isolated, we're not just hurting ourselves, we're also hurting those around us. We're hurting our loved ones, our friends, and our community. We're hurting those who care about us, those who want to help us, and those who want to support us. And we're hurting ourselves, our own well-being, and our own potential. We're limiting our growth, our development, and our progress. We're limiting our ability to learn, to adapt, and to evolve. And we're limiting our ability to connect, to love, and to be loved. The danger of isolation is that it can lead to a life of quiet desperation, a life of loneliness, and a life of disconnection. It can lead to a life of regret, a life of what ifs, and a life of if onlys. But it's not too late to change. It's not too late to break the cycle of isolation. And it's not too late to connect with others. We can start by reaching out to a friend, a family member, or a neighbor. We can start by joining a community, a group, or a club. We can start by volunteering, by helping others, and by giving back. And we can start by being kind, by being compassionate, and by being empathetic. So let us not wait any longer. Let us not hesitate any longer. And let us not isolate ourselves any longer. Let us connect, let us reach out, and let us build relationships that bring us joy, love, and fulfillment. Redemption and restoration are two of the most powerful and transformative forces in the human experience. They are the promise of a new beginning, a fresh start, and a fresh start. They are the opportunity to make amends, to heal, and to recover from the wounds of the past. Redemption and restoration are not just about fixing what's broken, but about making it better than it was before. They are not just about healing the wounds, but about making the scars a reminder of the strength and resilience that lies within. Redemption is the process of making things right, of restoring balance and harmony to our lives. It's the act of taking responsibility for our mistakes, our failures, and our shortcomings. It's the courage to face our flaws, our weaknesses, and our fears, and to work towards overcoming them. Redemption is not just about personal growth, but about becoming a better version of ourselves. It's about learning from our mistakes and using those lessons to become wiser, more compassionate, and more empathetic. Restoration, on the other hand, is the process of rebuilding and renewing what's been damaged or destroyed. It's the act of taking the broken pieces of our lives and putting them back together again. It's the process of healing the wounds, of mending the tears, and of restoring the beauty and the wonder of our lives. Restoration is not just about fixing the external, but about healing the internal. This is about restoring our sense of purpose, our sense of meaning, and our sense of direction. Together, redemption and restoration offer us a powerful and transformative journey. They offer us the chance to leave the past behind, to let go of the guilt, the shame, and the regret, and to step into a brighter, more hopeful future. They offer us the chance to rediscover ourselves, to rekindle our passions, and to reignite our sense of purpose. They offer us the chance to make amends, to heal, and to recover, and to emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. Redemption and restoration are not just individual experiences, but also collective ones. They are not just about personal healing, but about communal healing. They are not just about individual growth, but about collective growth. When we experience redemption and restoration, we are not just healing ourselves, but also those around us. We are not just restoring our own lives, but also the lives of our loved ones, our communities, and our world. They have the power of redemption and restoration lies in their ability to transform us from the inside out. They have the power to change our hearts, our minds, and our souls. They have the power to awaken us to new possibilities, new opportunities, and new perspectives. They have the power to help us see the world in a new light, to see ourselves in a new light, and to see others in a new light. They have the power to break down the walls that separate us, to build bridges of understanding, and to create a more just, more compassionate, and more loving world. So let us embark on this journey of redemption and restoration. Let us take the first step, and then the next, and then the next. Let us be brave, let us be courageous, and let us be open to the possibilities that lie ahead. Let us trust in the power of redemption and restoration, and let us trust in ourselves. Let us remember that we are not alone, that we are not broken, and that we are not beyond repair. Let us remember that we are strong, we are resilient, and we are capable of overcoming even the greatest challenges. And let us remember that redemption and restoration are always available to us, always waiting for us, and always waiting for us, and always ready to transform us into the best version of ourselves. Emerging stronger is a journey that requires courage, resilience, and determination. It's a journey that takes us through the darkest of times, but ultimately leads us to the brightest of places. It's a journey that tests our limits, pushes us to our boundaries, and forces us to confront our deepest fears and doubts. But it's also a journey that transforms us, that strengthens us, and that helps us discover our inner power and potential. As we navigate the challenges and obstacles that life throws our way, we begin to realize that we are capable of more than we ever thought possible. We begin to see that we are stronger than we thought, more resilient than we thought, and more resourceful than we thought. We begin to understand that we are not victims of our circumstances, but rather the architects of our own destiny. We begin to take ownership of our lives, our choices, and our decisions. And we begin to emerge stronger, wiser, and more confident with each passing day. The process of emerging stronger is not always easy, and it's not always linear. There are twists and turns, ups and downs, and moments of uncertainty and doubt. But with each step forward, with each challenge overcome, and with each obstacle surmounted, we grow stronger, more resilient, and more determined. We begin to see that we are not alone, that we are part of a larger community, and that we are connected to something greater than ourselves. We begin to understand that our struggles, our challenges, and our triumphs are not just our own, but are also a part of the larger human experience. As we emerge stronger, we begin to realize that our experiences, both good and bad, have shaped us into the people we are today. We begin to see that our struggles have given us a unique perspective, a unique voice, and a unique contribution to make to the world. We begin to understand that our scars, our wounds, and our imperfections are not weaknesses, but rather strengths, and that they are a testament to our resilience, our courage, and our determination. We begin to emerge stronger, not in spite of our challenges, but because of them. The journey of emerging stronger is a lifelong journey, and it's a journey that requires ongoing effort, commitment, and dedication. It's a journey that requires us to be patient, to be kind, and to be compassionate with ourselves. It's a journey that requires us to take risks, to face our fears, and to push beyond our comfort zones. But it's a journey that is worth it because it's a journey that leads us to a place of greater strength, greater wisdom, and greater fulfillment. We have to go. It's a journey that helps us discover our true potential, our true purpose, and our true passion. And it's a journey that helps us emerge stronger, more confident, and more resilient, ready to take on whatever challenges life may throw our way. As we emerge stronger, we begin to see the world in a new light. We begin to see that we are not just individuals, but are part of a larger web of relationships, connections, and communities. We begin to understand that our actions, our choices, and our decisions have an impact on those around us, and that we have the power to make a positive difference in the world. We begin to see that we are not just passive observers, but are active participants in the creation of our own lives, our own destinies, and our own futures. And we begin to emerge stronger, more empowered, and more inspired to make a positive impact on the world around us. In conclusion, as we reflect on the journey of transformation, redemption, and restoration, we are reminded that emerging stronger is not just a destination, but a continuous process. It's a journey that requires courage, resilience, and determination. It's a journey that takes us through the darkest of times, but ultimately leads us to the brightest of places. We've explored the transformative power of adversity, the danger of isolation, and the importance of redemption and restoration. We've seen that it's possible to break free from the chains of our past, to heal from our wounds, and to emerge stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. As we move forward, let us remember that we are not alone. We are part of the larger community, connected by our shared human experiences. Let us hold on to hope, on to faith, and on to the knowledge that we are capable of overcoming even the greatest challenges. Let us emerge stronger, not just as individuals, but as a collective, united in our quest for a brighter, more loving, and more compassionate world. Let us take the lessons we've learned, the wisdom we've gained, and the strength we've developed, and use them to make a positive impact on the world around us. Let us be the light in the darkness, the hope in the despair, and the love in the hate. Let us emerge stronger, not just for ourselves, but for each other and for the world that needs us to be our best selves. In the end, emerging stronger is not just a personal journey, but a collective one. It's a journey that requires us to come together, to support each other, and to lift each other up. It's a journey that requires us to be vulnerable, to be open, and to be honest with ourselves and with each other. And it's a journey that requires us to trust in the power of redemption, restoration, and transformation. So let us embark on this journey together with courage, with hope, and with faith. Let us emerge stronger, more resilient, and more compassionate. Let us create a world that is more just, more equitable, and more loving. And let us never forget that we are capable of emerging stronger, no matter what challenges we face, no matter what obstacles we overcome, and no matter what triumphs we achieve. Thank you.